Under moonlight glow, the vibe is tight. Gem and Dame on the mic till the break of night. We bring the heat while the city's asleep. News so deep, it'll make your soul weep. Late night trip, come and take a sip. Odd squads here, let your thoughts flip. We break it down, what it means to you. Suburb fam is the thing to do. Late night trip, come and take a sip. Odd squads here, let your thoughts flip. We break it down, what it means to you. Suburb fam is the thing to do. West Coast breeze runs through the sound. We live the stories that shake the ground. Catch the whispers, the truth untold. Stay locked in while the night unfolds. Gem brings the fire, Dame lays it smooth. Together they groove with the latest moves. Odd squad rolling, we in the zone. Tune in fam, you're never alone. Late night trip, come and take a sip. Odd squad's here, let your thoughts flip. We break it down, what it means to you. Suburb fam is the thing to do. Late night trip, come and take a sip. Odd squad's here, let your thoughts flip. We break it down, what it means to you. Suburb fam is the thing to do. Behind the lights where the stories thrive. We dig deep, keeping the vibe alive. News with soul is a journey we take. Stay tuned fam for every break. Late night trip, come and take a sip. Odd squad's here, let your thoughts flip. We break it down, what it means to you. Suburb fam is the thing to do. Late night trip, come and take a sip. Odd squad's here, let your thoughts flip. We break it down, what it means to you. Suburb fam is the thing to do. Under moonlight glow, the vibe is tight. Midnight lights, they start to glow. Gem and Dame with the late night flow. Hot squad moves, we're breaking the code. Tuning tight for the stories they love. Oh, late night drip, we ride the wave. You so slick, you misbehave. Join the squad, sub up, down straight. Fam in the house, we're here to stay. Flip the script, turn the tables around. Every headline's got a brand new sound. West Coast breeze with the city bound vibe. Hot squad energy, come take the ride. Late night drip, we ride the wave. You so slick, you misbehave. Join the squad, sub up, down straight. Fam in the house, we here to stay. Whispers echo under moonlit skies. Gem and Dame bring truth, no disguise. Through the static, their voices rise. Odd squad, sharp with eagle eye. Late night drip, we ride the wave. You so slick, you misbehave. Join the squad, sub up, down straight. Fam in the house, we here to stay.
Jones on the mic. We set the tone, late solo drip show. Vibe in the zone, latest news serve high. Advice on the side, our squad moves, we never collide. Drip too clean, we shine in the dark. God squad vibes, we leave our mark like in sub. Yeah, spread the word, Gem Jones got the wisdom, haven't you heard? Gem Jones got the wisdom, haven't you heard? Gem Jones got the wisdom, haven't you heard? Raindrops fall on city pavement, washing secrets in the dark. Daily drip, the crowd's amazement. Knowledge streaming comes to spark. Thunder in the nighttime sky.
Get them ready. What up? What up? What's going on? What's going on? So we got our daily drip show here in the night for all of you. And I have the host that's going to take us through what we need to do. And who is that? May I ask?
Girl, Gem Jones. I'm here. Hello. Hello. How y'all doing? Hello.
Good,
So
good,
happy to be here.
All right.
All right. Yeah, ready to get some drip going. So I am a solo host today. Unfortunately, my co-host
A little hot time right now.
we might have a special episode for tomorrow, so maybe that's up in the air. No promises, but for now, y'all got me. And today, since I am our tech person, we're going to talk about your boy Elon.
Oh, we might have to have you back out and come back in.
Yeah, and then
you are going in and out, madam.
Oh, I am. Okay,
Yes,
is that
you are.
better?
Yeah, he is here in spirit. You know what? I'm gonna bring up his
What?
info in the chat, just in case we want to actually respond in real time to some of the things.
Oh yeah, we have some comments. Hey, it's playing
that
Dame.
that Dame want to put up.
Glad that you're watching. Okay, so happy that you're here. That's good. So we're gonna talk about Elon. We're gonna talk a little. So we're gonna get into that, but before we get into all those goodies, make sure y'all check out the socials. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Make sure you share this with at least 2 people. Very much appreciate the support. We're on all the platforms. You can actually see me, but
you are glitching out.
I'm glitching.
Yes, you need to. This whole AI thing. That's
they don't want me to. They don't want me to go live.
They don't want this drip.
They don't want me. They don't want me.
They don't want this drip.
Okay, you want me to leave?
Yeah, leave and come on back. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get everything else together in the meantime and have us vibe out real quick. Just have some vibes.
Clouds rolling like wisdom spread, soaking minds where dreams are fed. Every drop a lesson clear. Knowledge reigns, we're all ears. Daily trip, we overflow. Pouring truths that make us glow. Raindrop rhythm, heavy bass. Feel the beat, it's our embrace. Conversations flowing fast. Droplets whisper paths unknown. Liquid wisdom like a throne. Daily trip we overflow. Pouring truths that make us glow. Raindrop rhythm, heavy bass. Feel the beat, it's our embrace. In the storm we
All right, let's go ahead
find
and
our
pull you
way.
back in and welcome you back.
Navigating each new
Okay.
day. Every drop a mapping guide through the chaos far and wide. Daily trip we overflow.
All right. You finally turned with the music. All right. Can you hear? Do I sound better now? Do I sound better now? All right.
Clouds rolling like wisdom spread. Soaking minds where dreams are fed. Every drop a lesson clear. Knowledge reigns, we're all ears. Daily trip we overflow. Pouring truths that make us glow. Raindrop rhythm, heavy bass. Feel the beat, it's our embrace. Conversations flowing fast. Echoing through storms that last. Droplets whisper paths unknown. Liquid wisdom like a throne. Daily trip we overflow. Pouring truths that make us glow. Raindrop rhythm, heavy bass. Feel the beat, it's our embrace. In the storm we find our way. Damie and Jem, they got the flow. Breaking news, they let it show. ODD squad, we in the know. Drip so hard, it steals the show. Daily trip, come take a ride. Stories flashing side to side. Cash is paid, got beats that glide. Join the squad, no need to hide. From the streets to city lights, they deliver day and night. Truths uncovered, shining bright. ODD squad's the guiding light. Daily trip, come take a ride. Stories flashing side to side. Cash is paid, got beats that glide. Join the squad, no need to hide. Tune in quick, don't
All right. We are pulling it back in right now. We're pulling it back in right now. We're gonna go ahead and test Jim Jones on the ones and twos. Can you give us a test thing? Look, make it do what it do.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
We're good now.
We
All right.
back.
Oh God, let's fire that back up. Yeah, so I'll do that in the background. So my apologies to my Instagram peoples. We're gonna try to get y'all up and running, but I'm gonna hop right back in here. Like I said, once again, I am your gracious host. I am Jim Jones, and we're gonna hop right into AI and how much it does not want me to tell you about it and all the trickery that it has ready for y'all. Watch it just like disconnect me completely. All right, so I don't know if you all right, ready to get into it? Okay, so we're gonna talk about Elon, and we can call Elon intelligence. If you live under a rock, you may not know that Elon bought out Twitter, which is now called X, and in X or Xing or posting, they now have an AI tool called Grok. And Grok is essentially T for X. So people are hopping in, they'll say, yada, yada, yada. Hey, Grok, fact check this for me. And Grok will come back and be like, hey, yes or no. Except the difference between Grok and ChatGPT to me is this. Grok is learning from everybody, right? So it's sassy, but it's kind of getting sassy because it's learning from so many different people. And so as it continues to learn, it's picking up the personality. So like if you use ChatGPT, for example, it will start kind of picking up sort of a personality, sort of like, so if you talk like a certain way or you're looking for certain types of things, it kind of molds itself to that type of communication with you. So Grok is out here wilding, right? And now if you ain't never been on X, then maybe you have no idea how how ridiculous X, aka Twitter, can be. And so with that being said, recently there was some fact checking going on with Elon and also just people using Grok, and it said some not so anti-Semitic from what I understand. And so the AI is AIing. So anyways, we can get into this video. Or not. So if you also don't know, Tesla is known, let me add a little more context to X and why it's significant between Elon and Grok. Okay, so Tesla, let's just be real here. Tesla is not the art of like the best car you're ever gonna have from like a performance standpoint, but we can say the technology is A1, right? Like the technology on a Tesla is A1. And that's kind of a big way of like Elon's, I almost want to say his footprint is the level of taking into a car, because I don't know if y'all ever seen, like really been in a Tesla. It ain't a whole lot going on to it because it's an electric car, but the actual intelligence in it is really where the bread and butter is. So when you think about somebody who has transformed the automotive game for others and investing in technology and applying that to social media, with the things he be investing in and the way he's direct about things, regardless of who it is, baby, if Grok starts taking over that personality, it makes who influencing Grok. Y'all tell me, drop some drip in the comments. Who y'all think be behind the thought process of Grok? We can get into the thought process in a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. Cassius Pay, you ready to roll that clip? I hear him
You
clicking.
still going in and out. That's the main thing. You still going in and out here. So this might not work out for
Oh,
us.
I'm still going in and out?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I don't know why I'm going in and out. Okay.
Okay.
Well, so you didn't hear any of that? Let me do this. Let me see one last thing.
Now, just a few months after the release of Grok 3, Elon Musk's XAI is now rolling out Grok 4. Musk claims the AI assistant can reason at what he calls superhuman levels and is, quote, smarter than almost all graduate students. I don't know why they're getting the focus there, but the unveiling comes one day after the previous model, Grok 3, made a series of anti-Semitic posts praising Hitler. For more on this, we want to bring in New York Times technology reporter Mike Isaac. Mike, these anti-Semitic posts in particular got a lot of attention. What can you tell us about the changes made to the chatbot in its aftermath?
So one of the big problems that Musk has had with his chatbots in general is, unlike companies like OpenAI or Anthropic or Meta, he's essentially decided to put fewer guardrails on how Grok operates. And so with this new update in the latest model, he's trying to make it more what he calls like memey and internet literate. And I think as a result of that, there's a lot of really gnarly stuff on the internet that it sucks up and spits out. So obviously we saw this awful anti-Semitic content, but it's also been very racist. It opposes minority groups in some ways. And part of the changes that Elon Musk talked about was it's agreeing with people too much and kind of running with their own opinions, the opinions that people are asking them. So they had to roll back some of the sort of sycophantic tendencies of the model, basically.
To make those how difficult is it to make those kinds of changes, though? If you're still sucking up all the information that people are putting in, it's not as easy as just saying, let's put on a filter.
You're exactly right. I mean, the fascinating and really scary thing about a lot of these models is that even the smartest people in the field don't exactly know how they work. What are called hallucinations, right, which means like a lot of the time these models are making up things based not in reality, not in fact, and just sort of spitting them out. So a lot of this is what's called fine tuning or tweaking the algorithms and the models behind it. And it's trial and error. And I think the real difference between Grok and how other companies do it is that Elon Musk believes in experimenting in public and kind of failing in public. And unfortunately, he's failing a lot and in very embarrassing and potentially harmful ways.
The tweaks continue. Mike Isaac, thank you very much for joining us.
Okay, so there are two sides to it. You got tech, in the tech world, you have people who are fans of the innovation. You have people who are afraid of the T-2000s, if you're familiar with Terminator and such. So what we're referring to here is the image of the creator, if you will. So you can get into some of that where you're saying it's not AI, it's Elon intelligence. And let's talk about it a little bit. If you're ready.
Yeah, I am. So the video said a lot of things. So I wanna educate some people about some stuff, because I keep hearing people be like, I talked to Chat GPT about yada yada yada, or I'm using this version. So let's talk about models. Models are essentially versions of what it's been trained on. So when they tell you, oh, I got model 4 and it used to be model 3, that means that they took the information from 3 and then basically made 4 better based on 3. Or it doesn't mean that it's necessarily better, but they may have just modified how it's nation. So keep in mind, when we talk about AI is it goes to get the information. So just imagine it's basically kind of like Google, except it's getting through the fluff for you. Google is like it's a search engine, right? Bing, Apple doesn't have one, but anything that it brings you back information of just like, hey, here's some information you can look deeper into, versus Grok is saying, here's some information that is already dug into deeper. And then if you want to know specifics about that, ask me and I'll dig deeper and I'll dig deeper where I can't actually give you the answer. Then I'll say, hey, this is where I got the information. So when we talk about algorithms are, and y'all should be pretty familiar with that. It's like basically what is trending type of thing. You do realize like a human is the baseline for a lot of this. So I'm saying to you, because from what I understand, I would love for us to track Grok. Let's see where Grok go from here. Is Grok going to all of a sudden start talking about the Epstein files? Is Grok going to start talking about the one big beautiful bill? Start talking about how much debt the United States is going to be in? Because that show sound like Elon, right? Now Elon isn't back there, quote, like programming, what it's going to say. However, he is the head honcho. Like, hey, I what we doing? What we doing with this? He has influence. He has influence, even if it's behind the scenes. Let me address one of the comments. So Joe, shout out to Joe. How you doing? He said lots of people think Tesla's just a car company and the value is in its data, with the value in its data, but also if you think for a second that the people who created and innovate and have the people who have the mind power for Starlink are not still putting that in Tesla, that's crazy, because I'm Tesla, they know a lot about you. Now, cars in general now, they definitely know a lot about you and your patterns and stuff like that. And I'm sure if it has a level of technology, it's probably sending that back somewhere. Minus our international viewers, GDPR. So US people listen to this. This wasn't in one big beautiful bill, but I imagine that's probably coming next. It's something similar, probably to GDPR. So GDPR is, and international viewers hop in if I'm getting this wrong, but there's only a certain amount of time that their data can be collected. So once that time period passes, you can't hold in the United States. They can hold on to your information forever. They know that Jenny lived at such and such at this year, and they can keep it for her lifetime. And if they ever wanted to come back and verify that it's Jenny, they basically have on record that Jenny lived here, 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 and here, or whatever it may be that they've collected. Versus in Jenny may have lived there in 2019, but I promise you by 2023, that's supposed to be gone. So they should not know that Jenny lived there in 2019 because Jenny moved in 2021, and that's supposed to be gone. So
okay, so let me
there's just different
break it
laws for
down
some
into
of this
one
too.
sentence for you for GDPR. It's data for not, you can't have data for data's sake. It has to be done for a
You are
specific
breaking up
purpose.
very badly.
So I'm breaking up. All right. Well, then I will leave.
You are breaking. Mhm. Your turn. the AI, the robots do not want us talking about this. So he'll get back on GDPR. Let me look at the comments. Joe says, especially the batteries, solid state batteries, they're times the 600 plus mile ranges for cars. Cassius Pay, which I didn't even get a chance to introduce him. Cassius Pay is the producer. He's hopping on with me tonight, but he has a experience. I think he talked about this before with an electric truck, and it's interesting. Car makers, like the American car makers, are doing with that. So I don't know. Elon might want to start consulting for some of that, because his experience was not good. So I do want to get back to Grok for a second until Cassius Pay hops back on. You keep asking Grok questions. Oh, we're both breaking up. Oh no. Okay. Well, that sucks. I don't know why we both keep breaking up. I keep changing my audio, trying to help, and it is not trying to. And my mic is good. I don't know what's going on with that. I think my internet. Oh, my internet is not trying to play nice, so it seems. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me see something. All right, create a new live and hop back on. Sorry, y'all. Appreciate that. And I'm gonna have Cassius Pay is also gonna do the same thing. So we'll check y'all in a little bit. All right. Well, I'm back. I decided to temporarily figure this out so I can still talk to y'all. Can't stop, won't stop. Don't care about a Grok. Don't care. I don't care, Grok. I don't care AI. I don't care. We here. We're talking about it. And that's really funny, Joe. Grok cut your internet to just a drip. It very, very true. So hopefully I sound a little better. Drop a comment if I'm still breaking up because I'm using a whole different internet path. And so I shouldn't be. I should be good. I should be good. All right. So I think the last thing I was talking about was, oh man, what were we talking about? Talking about so much. We were talking about Tesla. We were talking about how it's fed algorithms. Man, I completely forgot even what I was talking about because we got off of this. But okay, so AI. So as we ask these questions, I want y'all to keep in mind, right? As you ask these questions to the AI, it's learning. And when people say like it's learning, it's basically taking the information you're feeding it and then pairing and pairing and pairing, and then it creates kind of like an ideology of something that it can reference to and then pull from here and pull from there and pull from here. Similar to a search engine, right? Except the difference is that in the search engine, like when people say Google it. You still have to like go through and find out what you're talking about versus with Grok, it's serving it to you. So here comes in the question, and this is why it's interesting about Elon. What is it serving to you? It's taking from all these these thoughts, but people also do these updates that we talked about, like how I talked about Grok 3 and then Grok 4, right? So Grok 3, let's say it has some anti-Semitic things going on with it, which means that it's pulling information from opinions or wherever, right? From 3. And then in 4, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's gone. It just may be pivoting to get its information from somewhere else. And so I just really, I know that I work with technology, but I really challenge y'all to really think about what you're feeding it. You are feeding it. Every time you ask it a question, you're feeding it. You're allowing an instance for creating relevance, creating an opinion. And then we'll talk even more about an opinion to fact or fiction, which I think is the next step. But I'll wait for Cash's paper until I go to the next one. But when we talk about information, right? And if you have Grok, for example, hold on really quick. Okay, so sorry about that, y'all. So when we talk about opinion, right? If you were to write something and talk about something over and over and over again, depending on what Grok 4 is looking for, it may say, I'm just gonna make something up. Please don't, this is not fact, this is not a real statistic, but it could say, okay, so data was found that 60% of people who talked about um, the color orange said it made their stomach hurt. But really, all these people kept asking it and talking to it and allowing it to make a data point on it now. Fast forward, I don't know, let's say 5 years, there's a bunch of stuff out there kind of talking about like 60% of people might think that orange makes their stomach hurt. And it's like, well, wait a minute, where did you get this from? Which is why it's really important to have articles and to have journals and theses and stuff like that that people have. But that's our next topic. But I really want to challenge y'all as you look at X, and I look at X as Grok as like Elon's AI, right? I believe, and I can't remember what the name of it is. Apple has their own, I thought, coming out. Google has Gemini. Each one of these
Apple gave up on theirs for now.
they totally gave up. You sound a lot better.
Awesome.
Wow.
I feel a lot better too.
So Apple gave all the way up. Okay, so the reason why I bring that up before we get into the facts or fictions conversation, because I really don't want to stick on to Elon too long. Y'all already, and I mean, at this point, the video will just take extra long. But it's interesting that each innovative technology company has their own AI, right? Now, you would think that if something was a fact or something was um, a general resource, why would everybody have their own? Well, that's because you got Grok 3, Grok 4, Grok 5. It means you got Gemini 1, 2, 3, 4. Trying to think what everybody else has. All these different ones that are out there. And they're learning based on who's putting it out there, who's actually putting it out there. And that's super important. So I challenge you, as you continue to feed the beast, think about what you're feeding it. That's all I got for that. I'm gonna leave it alone because otherwise, AI about to just shut the whole thing down. Y'all gonna be seeing me like, and it's just gonna stop. So I'm gonna stop talking about that part and go into facts or fiction, and that depends on who programmed the bot, like for real, for real. So What y'all think? Is your bot spitting facts or is it cat? Drop some drip in the comments. Y'all think that these AIs are giving y'all facts, or you think that a lot of time it's cat? What you think? Let us know, because it really all comes down to who's behind the code. The code. Let's talk about that. Code. When you hear people say they're a software engineer or a developer, those are the people writing the code. They're the ones creating basically the foundation of what things mean. Okay, so let's dive a little deeper into that. I'll use something super basic. In case you don't know, if you do know, then just drop some drip in the comments if you have anything extra to add and I can shout it out. But let's say you have a website, right? Y'all been on these web pages where you can build your own page. If you hit the button that says HTML, that's code. That's what the developers or engineers, whatever they want to be called at that point, people who write how things work, what it means, what it looks like, that's what they work on. Someone had to make that. Someone had to define what we mean for something. So, for example, we say a circle is an object with no sides. That's what we define a circle to be. We define that, right? So, if that's the case, a human has to put that in there. I'm just using something super basic. My developers are probably like, it's not that simple. I'm sure it's not that simple. But if we're defining that, that means we're setting the baseline for this, right? Cool. That means that a human said what it means. From that, AI is off to the races, right? Like I said, once we start putting it in there. Now, I have a video to come up that's going to talk about fact and fiction. Shout out to the content creator. It's actually really hard to see her TikTok name, so I'm sorry I won't be able to post her actual original video, but I believe I got off Instagram from somebody who reposted it. But she is very passionate about facts or fiction. And so I would like to share this video with y'all.
Is this the right one?
Yes.
Okay.
I am not going to debate with you about facts when you are talking to me about opinions. We need to stop acting like they hold the same merit. It's one of the reasons why we saw such a fall in depth of expertise in the last 10, 15 years, because the second people don't know shit and they come online and say something, the first thing out of somebody's mouth is use Google. Google it. If you don't know it, Google it. Trying to offset the labor of education, which implies we're on even playing field, that people don't know things just because they haven't hit the right results on a search engine. That's not how shit works. There are experts for a reason. There is literacy that requires years and practice and research to build upon, peer review, criticism to build upon. Everybody is not the same. We need to stop acting like folks is functioning on the same level. No, what you say doesn't matter when we are talking about indisputable facts. And I'm not going to entertain it anymore. But part of the problem is because we have allowed people to use like very real issues like ableism and elitism and classism and obfuscate the fact that they don't want to actually for real know shit, but they want to be able to act like it matters what they say still, and call these things out as ableist or elitist or classist when we're like, no, I don't have to listen to you. You're nowhere near an expert. You don't have the literacy. You need to grow skills before we can have a conversation. You're not on my level. We need to be saying that in public as often as possible. No, I'm not debating with flat earthers. No, I'm not debating about whether or not water is H2O. No, I'm not debating about air.
She
no,
sounds
I'm not
like a
debating
teacher
about
to
race,
me, or
because there are
somebody
people
who
have known these things for much longer than you. And that Google search, that DuckDuckGo search, does not make you an expert. And expertise is real, and it matters. And we don't respect it right now because we've been telling people for the last 10, 15 years, if they don't know shit, to Google it, which innately devalues a lot of the tenets of education and expertise. This is why people rely on ChatGPT and DeepSeek and generative AI as it is, because we've been telling people use the tech available to you to become the expert. That's not how it works. I'm going like I don't care how it sounds. I'm going to stop acting like I'm on the same level with half the people folks want me to talk to about these issues.
I mean, maybe she's a PhD.
Yeah, I mean, what we're talking about is someone who may have real world experience versus, in application versus someone who cares about theory more so than what you can do in the real world. Sometimes you don't need to know everything about everything within theory in order to make sure that something functions in the real world. Sometimes you just need a baseline and then you create the truths, because truths can be new or reviewed and then redone as we, move forward.
That's
There's always new
perfect, because
truth.
that's a good segue right into AI. That's a good segue right into it's a lot of things she said. I feel it, right? Like there are peer reviews, there are journals, there are those things. But I'm gonna challenge, drop some drip in the comments. Y'all think that most of the facts come from that? Y'all think that when y'all do research papers and stuff like that for y'all kids, y'all diving into it's been so long since I've seen the
Or
college
works cited,
store
J store,
database and all. Yeah, J
J
store.
store.
Y'all going in there to get y'all kids school stuff. Do your kids know how to read these articles? Because that's how she making it sound like everybody just knows what these are. That people have seen these.
Yeah, she act like she know what the Dewey Decimal System is. That's how she acting, right? So
And the average, at least, and I can't speak internationally, our international listeners, drop some drip in the comments. Let us know, is that a normal part of y'all school system? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, normal public school system, I'm talking about non-private school, right? They're not teaching that. Like they're not. It's not a requirement. And the way she's moving sounds like in junior high, you should be doing that. Personally, I went to a really good school, really good public school. We didn't do that. we didn't do that. I don't, but then again, that was a time, right? That was a time. That was before, back when you got stuff on the internet, people was printing stuff, right? And turning it in. So it was, a time ago. But she is really moving like people commonly know this. That is college level research values and understanding of analysis. And so
what
when
that
we
is
start
is
talking,
that's elite. That's elitism thinking, right? The thing is, information is information.
you said it, not me.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, access to information has always been an elitism type of deal. And I'm really just speaking because normally I don't really be talking like that, but plain Dame ain't here to
I know
express
he probably ain't even in
his
he ain't
handle.
even in
He
the
probably
comments
sleep.
no more. He probably sleep. He said, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, but access to information has always been the thing. So really what we're seeing is barriers to innovation when you really think about it. If you are unable to go and explore and seek new truths or have access to information that's purely fact based, we'll just say, to allow you to then go and explore and make your own new truth, then you're going to
But
have stifling
let's
to
even
innovation.
pause right there. Even if you found that information, the ability to digest how some of that is written is not seventh grade education. It's
I mean,
not.
it might. I mean, it could be. At this point, if it's
I'm
being
just saying,
written,
like, if you're
somebody
assuming
who
that,
doesn't have any education could
I'm
then
not
absorb
talking
it.
about like, and I'm not trying to be like rude
Oh,
saying adults.
okay.
I'm talking about like if she's making it seem like the regular school system. I'm starting at when I'm saying seventh grade, I'm talking about seventh graders. I'm not talking about adults who are at whatever level. I'm not talking about that. She's making it sound like when your child does research papers, that you as the parent and that kid and the teacher of said school have the expectation that you gonna go and look up real PhD docs. Drop some drip in the comments if your mama ever. Hey, what's up? It's my name. But drop some drip in the comments if your mama had you up there on J store, because I would love to know. Maybe your mama was a professor. Maybe you did get that. I personally don't think I've ever met anybody who was in seventh, eighth, ninth grade where they were pulling up full-on articles and doing that. And so the way she's talking, I just want to point to yes, facts are facts, right? Like let's talk about facts for a second. A fact is that we define a circle by an object with no sides, right? We talked about that a second ago. We define a triangle as an object with three sides, right? We define those things as such. That is then a fact because we as a society say, yes, we define it as this. I want you to hear what I just said. As a society, we agree that we define this as this. So when she started talking about this fact in fiction, your fiction could very well turn into technically a fact. You getting all up in arms when language is kind of fluid in a lot of ways. At least the English language. I don't know enough about everybody else's language. I don't know. Drop some drip in the comments. I know, right? About my internet. I know. Drop some drip in the comments if you have also just if you actually did get taught that and like below college level. Because I really do feel like I feel like she's coming from that spot. That may not be her intention. That might hurt her intention more than likely if I had to assume. If she's tired of getting on, let's say Grok, we're going to bring it back to that. And someone hops in and says, XYZ at Grok, tell me the facts, right? Or even don't say tell me the facts, which is even worse. So they get on there and they spew whatever it is as if it is fact and causing friction. So that's where I'll say with that. Drop some drip in the comments if you agree with her. Drop some drip if you agree with Cash's pay, that it is elitism. Our international listeners, once again, let us know in y'all's normal education system, is that a requirement? Let us know. So that's what I got for that.
I'm gonna let you know is what I think though, and
go ahead.
I stand on it. Where access to information is really what the equalizer is, and then the information is made in the image of those who are able to you mold the narrative because you're the most dominant, and that's what happens. That's how it used to be, right? Where you you get to if I was in Mongolia and all of that, or Alexander the Great, that's how history's made. It's made by the victors, and we're kind of jostling in that space right now. We're in an AI driven information super highway is what it used to be called, space, where so many people have been dominated probably by by Western culture, and we got BRICS, we got so many things that are geopolitical. And I'm not trying to be a nerd out here talking like this, but what I'm trying to do is just say that there's so much. There's so much going on in the world. We have from a geopolitical space that there are new truths being made, new alliances being formed. This is like a soap opera on steroids right now between countries, and we're right in the middle of it. It's a war. It's not exactly the same, and I don't even know if we can say that. There is we'll say altercation, and that type of altercation is happening on many different levels. So you have information, you have financial, you have politics, you have so much of that going on, and we should just all be ready and not be distracted as far as understanding where we are as this boat is rocking in the ocean right now. It's a lot of waves crashing, and some people are actually crashing out because there's so much information right now and people don't know what to do with it. So this to me is a test for all of us to try to understand where we are in the world and what do we think of it, and not exactly all the truths that people are trying to feed you.
Plain Dame in the chat going crazy. Shout out to Plain Dame. Shout out to my co-host. Very much appreciated. I had to stop the Instagram stream too, by the way, just so y'all know. Instagram, we got a banner saying Instagram is having just issues in general for Instagram. So sorry, our Instagram listeners and watchers. It's literally something going on with Instagram itself. So that one's not on us. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure I brought that to the forefront because I see where she's going with it, right? Like she's tired of people spewing their opinions, their thoughts and feelings. Yeah, right. I feel you, but I can't reach you. their thoughts and feelings, but that doesn't make it a fact. And you would have to be able to verify. I'm just questioning in this day and age what verify mean. So
Not
that's
only
all.
that, and say for instance, if she was from we'll say a what do you call it, collegiate standpoint, she's staring her obsolescence right in the face. I don't even know if obsolescence is a word. Feel like it though. She's staring it right in the dang on face because why do I need to go to college if all of the information will be given to me in the exact time that I need it to then apply it? I don't have to care about theory as much. I don't have to care about all of that. And I don't have to talk about or talk to somebody who's going to have their own political slant on something that I need to know too, trying to shape my mind. It's going to be shaped by whatever AI brand you're choosing. That's pretty much where we at with it. Is that we're looking at professors that aren't going to be able to do those sabbaticals, aren't going to be able to have those, multi-$100,000 gigs where they get to take off. And this is where we're at. Information is about to be cheap because it already is.
I mean, me and Plain Dame already talked about this, about the jobs. Yeah. Like, go check out our last live. We talked about jobs like, I mean, if you are not the jobs I just talked about in the beginning, about, if you're not writing what the actual vision is, if you're not a part of being in the innovative process, if you are not bringing skills to the table, like a architect of some sort, AI coming for your job. AI might be here already for your job. So I came across this video. We man, look, the group chat be going crazy. We have great cackles in the group chat. Okay, some of the videos that we wish we could share with y'all, we already know YouTube gonna be like, nah. But as we talk about the work week, I mean, if the bots clocked in, why can't we clock out? Fridays for the culture, not the cubicle. So why can't we get a 4-day work week? I mean, AI working, so I mean, why can't we get 4 days? I do 4 10s. Drop some drip in the comments. Would you rather do 4 10s, 5 8s, or 3 12s for the same amount of money?
Asking people being nurses or whatever. Ain't nobody on that. Let me go ahead and play this dang on video.
I'm asking them.
And I'm not in this group chat that you talking about because I don't cackle. So we
Cash Advance. We're not talking about you. Cash Advance. United America.
I recently battled 4-day work weeks with a CEO just for you.
If I could do the productive work that's really going to move my job forward, that I feel good about, that I think is contributing.
I just watched a debate on work-life balance and 4-day work weeks between a baby boomer CEO and someone pushing for change. And I have some thoughts. Let's break it down. We're moving from a work-centered society to what some are calling a work-optional society. That shift, it's not just a phase, it's the natural evolution of work. Every major era sees unnecessary tasks fade away and technology steps in. And that's what we're living through with AI and automation. The CEO made an interesting point about completing presentations that never get used, but still being valuable for the learning process. I get it. Learning by doing is real. But here's the thing. We don't need to spend hours reinventing the wheel anymore. Tools like Perplexity can instantly provide context and research, and AI slide tools like the Gamma app can generate professional presentations.
Said they don't need your job.
Why waste time on busy work when we can focus on true impact? It's not about cutting corners. It's about working smarter, not harder. And here's the shocking truth about unnecessary work. Most of it exists to keep the system running. Let's talk about how to thrive in a world that values impact over hours. The future of work isn't about how many days we spend at a desk. It's about how much real value we bring. The 4-day work week is just the beginning. This is your elite recruiter doing the research for you.
Sis just said, what we need you for. That's what she just said. She just said what we need you for. Look, I don't need you to do this work. That presentation that took you a week, baby, that you had to do peer reviews, you had to go get it past your manager, all this other stuff, all that other stuff you had to do. We don't need it. What? Yeah, matter of fact, John, go ahead, pack that desk up. You say you want to work remote, right? You can work remote permanently because you don't work here no more. Because that's what they own.
I understand that, but that might be more of a fear-based tactic. How I view AI is yes, doing some of what we call
What she
mundane.
just I'm just saying what she
Yeah,
just said was that.
yeah. Well, mundane things that people should not be doing on a regular basis. However, humans are still needed in order to do the things that have not been done yet. And so what this is like looking at people who used John Henry with a train versus a Model T for a car. This like I keep saying, this we're in a time where we are looking at it's called disruption. And what do you do during that time? You have to get with it, or you have Betamaxes or cassette tapes. There's a place for it. It's called nostalgia, but everybody's not going to use a mini disc player. Those things failed. Everybody went to CDs and DVDs, and then from there, people started streaming because you don't need to have a bunch of tapes if you like videos. You don't need a huge library. Now all of a sudden you were downloading everything, and now you needed all that disk space, and then you're like, well, why am I sitting here with
Okay,
all of this?
hold on. Drop some drip in the comments. Y'all miss the hard copies? Y'all miss y'all CDs, y'all DVDs? Drop some drip in the comments. Let us know. Would y'all rather have a hard? Just there's also a sense of like I'll use Netflix as an example. It was they used to. I was a Netflix member back when you got the actual DVDs, right? It went from you get any DVD you want, right? To you get some of the DVDs, then you might get a DVD to the point where like, but hey, we got this streaming. It's like, you know what? I still like to use my Blu-ray player or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because like I paid money. Them Gen Z and below, look up how much a DVD player used to cost back in the day.
Oh, you were
Meaning
rich.
like
If you had a
2000,
DVD player, you were
bro.
rich.
Or Blu-ray player back when
Oh,
Blu-rays
Blu-ray, you went in
yeah,
the upgraded on everybody with that. Oh, I'll give you
you
one
get
better.
all
My grandfather had a laser disc player.
that's the
It's
little
basically
teeny ones,
one.
right?
No,
Or
see,
the big that's the big
he
one.
has
I'm
the
sorry.
big ass
The
record
other one's the
looking.
little one. I can't remember what that one's called.
Right. So it's a whole bunch of fail. How innovation works is that whichever one picks up, it does. It'll be the same with how the people will have their jobs constructed. It'll be leveraged around AI. It'll be leveraged around automation and bots because people got back paying because they keep lifting boxes from this side of the storeroom to that side of the storeroom. Okay, well, since we don't have to have you do that, then something else will have to be done. Maybe it's not within the store, but it has to do with the store and products as you see it. Bots can't sell to themselves. It doesn't really work that way yet. And if it does happen that way, then what's the whole point of having a system in its place, anyway? So
Watch, they go hold my beer. That's what's about to happen with that. Hold that. I'm sure in about a year we'll circle back to selling to itself because that's gonna come. Um, yeah, hold that. I'm gonna go ahead and shut that part down because I do want to talk about how AI has morphed into the job market. This man hired an AI for his lawyer. He said, "Don't come for me unless you got the data, because my AI got the screenshots and the timestamps, baby." Drop some drip in the comments. Let us know. Would you let the AI represent you?
depending on how much it costs. And if it's cheaper than a regular lawyer, and if I can get the same result, I'm gonna be for real. Hell yeah, Snoop Dogg would say. Hell
Drop some drip. Let us know. Would you, if it was cheaper than a lawyer or free, would you take an AI lawyer?
I don't want the unpaid for
You
subscription.
don't want the unpaid version?
No. Nah, I know what that look like. That freeware come with all kind of viruses and everything else. I'm cool. I don't need that because
You get
right in the middle of the
representation.
deposition, you'd be like, and brought to you by
Right, an
tampons.
ad right there.
Tampons. Excuse me? Tampons. Are you familiar with tampons? Do you feel a heavy flow? All that kind of stuff. No, I'm good. So let's go
Actually,
ahead.
you have a higher chance of Ozempic showing up. Do you feel like you need to lose some pounds? Like I'm in representation right now.
You should have
Fighting
paid
for my life.
for. You should have paid for the subscription. Now you
Fighting for
got
my
the
life.
deposition all messed up. All right.
Oh.
May it please the court. I come here today a humble pro se
All right.
before a panel of 5 distinguised
Is
justices.
Is this? Hold on. Is that counsel for
Dude,
the
just sit there,
case?
I generated that.
I'm sorry.
I generated that.
No, look how proud he is. Though.
Not a real person.
Real to me. Shit.
Okay. It would have been nice to know that when you made your application. You did not tell me that, sir. I received the application. And you have appeared before this court and been able to testify verbally in the past. You have gone to my clerk's office and held verbal conversations with our staff for over 30 minutes. Okay? I don't appreciate being misled. So either you are suffering from an ailment that prevents you from being able to articulate, or you don't. You are not going to use this courtroom as a launch for your business, sir. So if you are able to shut that off. If you want to have oral argument time, you may stand up and give it to me.
Sis was big, man. You see her? Drop some drip in the comments. Drop some drip in the comments. Do you think he was out of pocket for hiring this AI lawyer? Or
He didn't hire it. He created it. Now, I mean,
you know what
for
I
him,
mean.
I'm just saying, I feel him. Because why should I spend all of that? And yes, this dude came up and passed the bar. I know that he did. Why? Because I set the bar. And he's about to whoop this court's ass when he gets in here. Why? Because he has the power of 1,000,000 brains. And yes, we're about to win this thing. We in this thing. So yes, I applaud this guy from coming in from, he put down what's his name? He made sure that Biff got beat up and all of that. He came back from the future with Marty.
Don't do that. No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do Back to the Future. Anyways, I think it's interesting because homie queued up the whole AI, assuming what the judge was going to say. That's crazy work to me, first of all. Is he an innovator? I would say, yeah. You do you have big nuts to do that?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
my dude turned into
I would be
Crispus Attucks,
so
right?
scared.
That's what happened there. Like it's the shot heard around the world. He took one for all of us. So now we all believe that it is possible. He took one for the world because somebody had to be the first one to step into a courtroom.
Did we need that?
Yes, we did. To know that it's
Well,
possible.
if you're a lawyer,
drop
some drip in the comments.
Go ahead,
you about
lawyers.
to fight the AI? Who?
Go ahead and try to fight
think?
AI. You can't read enough. You know what I'm saying? Gargantuan. Yes. He had gargantuan BALLS in order to do that. And I applaud this man.
He sat there so smug. Homie did not. I almost want to know what kind of charge. Like, what charges are you on? It had to be something like a dog bite. It had to be something like a dog bite. It could not be.
Generated this. It's me. Great Scott. I did it. That's right. I did it.
Right.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Excellent. Like he was very happy. Man, that's crazy work. So drop some drip in the comments. Do y'all think that AI is going to further your life? Do you think that AI is going to create some rockiness, but then things will be better? Do you think that AI is an abomination? Do you think that AI is the best thing ever because there is a utopia for humans to not work and to be taken care of? There is a philosophy out there of that humans will not go to work anymore. They're able to actually enjoy life and not work for things and be able to have essentially things be free and you just enjoy life as robots take care of everything. There's a utopia thought process out there for that. Let us know if you agree with that. Drop some drip in the comments. Let us know. Man, crazy work. That is the show for tonight. That's all I got. I'm leaving on he looked like Step Brothers. What's his name?
I was like, did we just become best friends? Yep.
He looked like him. Like, imagine one of them going in the courtroom like, yeah, my AI here. Like, no, sir. What? Oh no.
Like, thank you.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, because there's an update coming to that device too. He pulled that out where the AI is gonna where the mic is never gonna turn off. You're not gonna need a wake word anymore. You're just gonna talk.
Question for you: do you think that it ever turned off?
Hell no, it never turned off. It never froze.
I'm gonna let y'all think about that. Y'all really think that these devices that's running actually turn off? Or is it that they just publicly telling you that it's turned off? I'll let y'all think about that because I'm not finna get in trouble for that. I'm just gonna let y'all.
Your internet already got cut off over there. That's what.
Right. You're gonna see me like, oh, take me out, take me out of here. Nah, I don't need to go to Alligator Alcatraz. I'm good. You don't need to take me nowhere. I'm good. Right. Yeah, I threw that in there. That's a shame. Nah, we gotta talk about that too next live. We gotta talk about Alligator Alcatraz because it's crazy.
Well, we'll do that next time we got everybody on the show and everything. So until then, we definitely appreciate y'all.
See, he's kicking me off the mic. How you gonna kick me off the mic, producer?
Bye, Jim Jones.
I am your solo host tonight. Oh, till tomorrow. Oh, Plain Name said he coming through tomorrow. So we might have a surprise show for y'all tomorrow. But thank you for rocking with me and Cassius Pay. We very much appreciate y'all. You can find us on Friday nights, very late on the East Coast, super duper late on the West Coast, pretty late. But hey, and then internationally, it might be a decent time for y'all. Really appreciate y'all rocking with us. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Make sure you send this to 2 people that you like and 1 person you don't like, or a family member, whichever one floats your boat. But make sure you share it with somebody who would love to see the content that we talk about.
Yeah, shout out to Joe and Alexander too. You know what I'm saying? They had a couple funny ones up in there, so we're gonna pull them up. Yeah, that was funny. And then we had that one too, because we already know that the internet bill is due, and we ain't got it. That's why we putting out our Cash App down there and all that kind of stuff. I don't even know if we got a Cash App, but
we do have a Cash App. It is down there. Check out the socials in the Cash App. We got to buy me a coffee. We got all those things. Make sure y'all check out our socials. We post, and share content. Make sure y'all show some love. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. Hopefully that y'all like this. And as always, check out the community tab. We got some great polls out there. All right, I'm going to stop talking. Appreciate y'all. Have a great, well, at this point, it's Friday or Saturday, depending on where you are.
Where you at in the world. All right.
All right.
And always, I'm going to do a shameless plug. We got some other ones out there that y'all can go through. Check these out. Just keep going down. Thank you all. Love you. Peace.
Love you. Ooh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I love everybody. Me and Mr.
Bye,
Christmas.
y'all.
Ain't that Michael Jackson say Mr. Christmas?